goodness and His faithfulness to change hearts and mindsets. I went into adoption thinking that it was about the adoptive family. For me, the birth mom was an afterthought. Through volunteering with the Brave Heart Ministry, my mindset has completely changed. I can't look at my 2 boys without thinking about the bravery and courage it took for that mom to make that hard decision. Especially when she could have made so many other decisions. Adoption takes everyone. It takes an agency like ABBA to be open to helping women in crisis. It takes adoptive parents willing to open their homes to a child or children. And it takes God to perfectly paint His picture on our lives. If we're willing to listen and obey, He's always faithful. So do we believe that God really heard our prayers for our children in all those years of waiting? Yes.
So, I don't want to insult you with questions because that was beautiful. I like how you turned those pages. You did a really good job of that. Yeah, that's a role I would like to have. Tell me I killed it. Yeah, come back here. Come here. I want to talk about this Braveheart thing.
Yeah. Let me talk about that. I want to go back and visit with Melissa, like for just a second on her story. She did kind of go blank with me on the phone, and I did say, please put Luke on the phone. But you know, I was busy that day. I got the call, and if you've been part of the adoption journey with me, you know that is, I get into very busy mode and very focused. I'm not on my phone, I'm not on email, I'm not on social media. And so when I got them to the hospital, which it was pretty late at night by the time they got there, and by the time I got them settled and I got home, the very next morning, I get up and I sit at my kitchen counter, I'm having my coffee, and I had prayed so much with Luke and Melissa because I knew that they were so discouraged in the journey. But I'm sitting at the kitchen counter and I'm drinking my coffee and I open up Facebook. The very first thing that pops up was her blog. So I read it. And you know, blogs have timestamps. And I go to the timestamp because I was like, she just posted this yesterday. And I go to the timestamp and I looked at it. And then I go to my call list, right, on my phone. She hit send at the very same exact moment I got the call from the hospital. Isn't that God? She's losing hope, and God's saying, oh no, I got this, sister. I'm giving you the desires of your heart. You just have to trust me. And adoption is such a journey of trust along the way. So on to the Brave Hearts program. So we started a 12-week in-house program for single pregnant women. And so what is so wonderful about this is it's a mentorship program to really help them understand their identity in Christ. And through that, we have activities, we have just this, man, we get to really know them and understand what their journey is. And when they come in, it's not about, are we placing for adoption or are we parenting? It's really about, are we choosing life, right? And then we want to understand our identity in Christ. And through that, we can start to unpack and unfold, what are we going to do? What life plan are we choosing? And so I do it in the field all over the state, but to have a place where we can come in-house and even make it more intimate has been really, really nice. And from that, I had a couple women that I worked with that chose to parent that wanted a support group. So we also have Brave Warrior. And Brave Warrior is a support group for single moms where they come in-house. They have that camaraderie of that together. Even though they may not have anything else in common, they have that. Learning your identity in Christ and learning some practical parenting education. And I'm so thankful that God brought Melissa and put a passion in her heart to help me with that. It's been really a blessing to do that, hasn't it? Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for sharing your story with us.